Hello everyone and welcome to my Sister Wives Gossip. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jessa Duggar gets slammed for shaming her child with rude name. Former Counting On star Jessa Duggar Seawald is being slammed for calling her child a rude name. The sisters always seem to be facing some backlash for their parenting, but what did she say? Moreover, was it really that bad? Keep reading for more details. Jessa Duggar gets slammed for calling kid mean name. It has not been an easy ride for the Counting On siblings, especially after their reality series was over. Many proceeded to share their lives via social media and vlogging. That is the case with Jessa Duggar Seawald and her husband, Ben Seawald. They were very candid about the birth of their sixth baby, Edward Owen, and documented the whole delivery. He arrived in August 2025 and has been an incredible addition to their family. Unfortunately, the mother of six is now being slammed for calling one of her kids a rude and mean name. Mothers tend to have silly and cute names for their children. Some they share and others they keep private. Jessa just shared a selfie with her new baby, and he was just a giggly little thing. She noted that he is now 15 pounds, and then added that they might be calling Edward, your royal fatness. His big blue eyes and curious ways were far too cute for a name like that, and followers immediately chimed in. They stated that they also had big babies, and it was fine. Plus, Edward is healthy, so that should be all that matters. The fact that Edward is so big and loving is the bottom line, so despite the nickname that they think is cute, it is offensive to some. They do not think Jessa Duggar is acting appropriately by even mentioning that her son is fat. As the Counting On fan pointed out, Jessa Duggar Seawald has two daughters, Fern and Ivy. Calling Edward a negative name regarding his weight could ultimately impact their mental health. Moreover, it could hurt their self-esteem and body image. One follower was upset that Jessa and her husband constantly share photos of their kids. They believe it shows that they do not care about their six babies if they are always using them for a cash grab. More slam Jessa and her alleged cute nickname. The Duggar family has never been a stranger to controversy, and now it's Jessa Duggar Seawald who's in the hot seat once again. The former Counting On star is facing heavy backlash online after fans accused her of shaming her own child in a recent video that left many feeling uncomfortable. What started as a seemingly innocent family moment shared with followers quickly spiraled into outrage as critics claimed Jessa crossed a line, exposing a troubling glimpse into the Duggar parenting style that fans say is tone-deaf and outdated. A funny moment that backfired. In a short clip posted to social media, Jessa was seen interacting with one of her young children during a typical day at home. At first, viewers thought it was just another light-hearted peek into her family life. Jessa often shares snippets of homeschooling, playtime, or her kids' funny remarks. However, this time, something about her tone rubbed fans the wrong way. Jessa jokingly called her child a lazy little thing, after the child appeared to lose interest in a household task. The child looked embarrassed, even as Jessa laughed it off, but fans were not amused. The comment, which Jessa appeared to find playful, immediately drew criticism in her comment section. Followers accused her of belittling her child on camera for laughs. One user wrote, "This isn't funny. You're shaming your kid in front of the whole internet. That's not parenting." Another added, "Children remember moments like these. They internalize them. Imagine being publicly called lazy by your mom to thousands of people." The internet explodes with opinions. It didn't take long for the moment to spread across Duggar fan pages and Reddit threads. Viewers replayed the clip repeatedly, debating whether Jessa's behavior was harmless teasing or a reflection of something more serious. "She's been raised to believe that harsh correction equals love," one commenter suggested. "This is how the Duggars were taught, to mock or discipline children into obedience." Others defended her, arguing that Jessa probably didn't mean any harm. "Parents joke with their kids all the time. People are just too sensitive these days," one fan said. But many others weren't convinced. For critics, this incident wasn't just about one comment. It represented a larger pattern of Duggar-style parenting rooted in public humiliation and strict discipline. Echoes of Duggar upbringing. Jessa, who grew up under Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's ultra-conservative household rules, has spoken openly in the past about her upbringing. She's admitted that she and her siblings were disciplined through what the family called biblical training, a method that emphasized obedience and correction. While Jessa has tried to distance herself from some of her parents' stricter beliefs, fans argue that old habits die hard. Many pointed out that Jessa's reaction mirrored the same tone her parents used on 19 Kids and Counting, often shaming or scolding their kids in front of the cameras for mistakes that seemed normal for children. "It's generational," one fan wrote. Jessa was raised in a home where shame was used as a teaching tool. She probably doesn't even realize she's repeating that cycle. Body language speaks volumes. What really upset fans, though, wasn't just the words, it was the look on her child's face. Viewers noticed the child's shoulders slump, and their smile fade when Jessa made the remark. "That look said everything," one commenter noted. "It's not about what she said, it's about how small that child suddenly looked after hearing it." Many child psychologists who have weighed in on similar public shaming moments have emphasized that children often interpret teasing as rejection, especially when it happens in front of others or online. The internet never forgets, and that's what makes the backlash sting even more. "This kind of humor can hurt," a parenting expert wrote on X, formerly Twitter. "A parent might think they're being funny, but kids at that age absorb words like sponges. What feels like a joke to mom can feel like humiliation to them." As the criticism piled up, many called on Jessa to take accountability, urging her to delete the video and apologize. Some even tagged her husband, Ben Seawald, asking why he allowed the clip to stay up. "So much for gentle parenting," one user quipped. "You can't post videos of your kids being embarrassed and then claim to be modernizing your family's approach to discipline." Others pointed out that Jessa has used her platform to promote faith-based parenting advice, making the situation worse. "She gives talks about loving guidance," one follower commented, "but this shows something entirely different. The bigger picture, social media and parenting." This incident has reignited an ongoing debate about influencer parents who feature their children online. Critics say Jessa, like many other reality stars turned family vloggers, risks violating her kids' privacy and dignity for engagement. "Kids don't consent to being part of this," said one viewer. "They shouldn't have to grow up with millions of people watching their embarrassing or vulnerable moments." Others went further, suggesting that the video shows why so many reality TV children grow up struggling with boundaries and emotional scars. "The Duggars are proof that public exposure can mess kids up," one post read. "And now their own children are doing the same thing to the next generation." Jessa's silence speaks volumes. As of now, Jessa hasn't addressed the controversy. She's gone silent on social media, leaving the clip up, but disabling comments. That move only fueled more outrage, with fans accusing her of ignoring constructive criticism. "This is what they do," a Reddit user wrote. "They never apologize, they just shut down the conversation and act like it's persecution." Others suspect she's staying quiet to let the backlash die down, as she's done in past controversies involving her parenting or opinions on faith. But this time, critics aren't letting it go. "She needs to understand that public shaming, even as a joke, leaves marks," one viewer said. "Kids deserve protection, not punchlines." A lesson still to be learned. Whether Jessa meant harm or not, this controversy highlights a larger cultural shift in how people view parenting in the public eye. What once might have been seen as tough love or good humor is now being reevaluated in light of mental health awareness and child psychology. Fans aren't just angry because of one remark, they're tired of seeing kids treated as props in their parents' content. The Duggar family has long represented a brand of strict, performative parenting, and for many, Jessa's behavior was a painful reminder that the cycle might not be broken yet. But maybe there's still room for change. If Jessa takes the criticism to heart, she could use the moment to grow, to reflect on the difference between teasing and teaching, between laughter and lasting harm. For now, though, the damage is done. A once adoring fanbase is questioning her judgment, and one small child's uncomfortable moment is frozen online. A symbol of how easily family fun can turn into public shame in the influencer era.